I've told you about my New Brunswick vacation, but of course it's a conference that took me there. The Cooperative Housing Federation of Canada, or CHF Canada, is a membership organization of housing co-ops from coast to coast to coast. An estimated 250,000 people live in co-ops in Canada, and a whole lot more would like to. More on that in future blogs. The annual conference is a sector highlight. It moves from city to city, allowing co-opers a chance to connect with others living in mixed income communities without landlords, making decisions about their finances and their futures, and doing it all within the framework of the internationally recognized cooperative principles. One of these principles is education and training, and to that end, the CHF Canada Conference provides workshops on topics from capital planning to privacy law to the power of creativity through music and everything in between. I've been a regular attendee since 2012 and have been a presenter for most of these years. I've attended conferences in 6 provinces from Victoria to Charlottetown. Attending charges my battery just as much now that I'm working in this sector as it did when I was a co-op lawyer. Here are 10 things that made the Fredericton Conference great for me. Number 1, mental health first aid course. For a few years now, I've been aware of the mental health first aid course developed by the Mental Health Commission of Canada. Regular first aid doesn't involve performing heart surgery or diagnosing cancer, and this course won't make you a mental health expert either. Instead, it's designed to make you comfortable talking to people whose mental health may have dipped and leading them towards supports they might need. The content and the teaching of this 6-hour pre-conference workshop were top-notch. New Brunswicker Elizabeth Elveridge made the material relevant for the co-op crowd. Many in my group were open about their own periods of mental unwellness, enriching the experience for us all. It was a special day. I highly recommend this course. Number 2, documentary film night. With the Fredericton Playhouse next door to the conference center and a couple of new documentaries about co-ops released this year, it was a no-brainer for CHF Canada to drop a new event into this year's schedule, a film night. Unfortunately, it was scheduled the night before many arrived at the conference, so attendance wasn't great. The docs, however, were. Caroline Co-op formed in 2024 when the tenants of a 21-unit apartment building in Hamilton decided to undertake the not-so-easy task of buying the building and forming a nonprofit housing co-op. This 30-minute doc tells the story and will hopefully inspire others to embrace the same challenge. Go to my website and you can find the link to watch it. East Vancouver's Paloma Co-op celebrated its 40th anniversary last year, and, lucky for Paloma, they have filmmaker Benjamin Walsh in their midst. He gave the sector a Paloma birthday present in an hour-long doc, the link you can find on my website. Number 3 of the things I loved about the conference was Elizabeth Elveridge's keynote. I'd already fallen for the engaging style of mental health first aid instructor Elizabeth Elveridge, so I couldn't miss her keynote at the Co-op Management Conference. Yes, Elizabeth, I am freaking amazing, just like all the others in the room that day. What a fun presentation and a great way to kick off Thursday. Number 4, my workshop. This year I delivered a workshop focused on keeping people housed by avoiding evictions, something that is even more important as the affordability crisis deepens. Those who chose my session were, as always, engaged participants in the learning. Co-opers don't let material wash over them silently. No, they dive into the content and swim around in it, splashing each other and me with their ideas. We all exit the learning pool having absorbed as much as possible. Makes me happy. Number 5, we stand. Fredericton was the national launch of a new program for co-ops called We Stand. It shines a light on the growing trend of people behaving badly towards one another. The program commits to ensuring housing co-ops remain healthy, safe, and respectful environments for everyone by offering tools, training, and support to recognize, address, and prevent harassment and aggressive behavior. I spent some time at the We Stand booth in the trade show, hearing support for the program from co-opers, staff, and contractors alike. Can't wait to see how the sector can turn the ship around a bit on this issue. Number 6, restaurants. Fredericton offered many food options worth reporting. Here are a few. The Sunshine Diner was a big find. Across the street from the Delta where I stayed, it offered an inexpensive and reasonably sized brekkie to start my day, sometimes in the company of other conference goers. Dos Toros was a great taco find near the conference center, where I enjoyed a meal with a colleague. And Isaac's Way, directly across from the convention, served me the best chowder I had on the trip. Number 7, people. I think back to my first conference in 2012. I knew nearly no one. Now, many of the 600-plus conference goers are friends, and many others know me because I've been such a regular workshop presenter. It's great catching up with people, although I confess my social battery did wear down from time to time. Thankfully, I had reserves from the days I spent on my own on my pre-conference vacation. If you've missed those blogs, be sure to catch them on my website. Number 8, Friday Night Social. The Friday Night Social is a standard offering at every CHF Canada Conference. This time, it was held on the patio at the hotel where I was staying. Had it happened either of the 2 prior evenings, it would have been a spectacular evening, as the weather was hot and sunny, giving a stunning sunset over the St. John River. On Friday, however, we had a cold snap, which dampened spirits a bit. That said, the food was great. I wish I'd found that seafood bar sooner, though. I'd already wasted space on lesser foods. But I shoved a few mussels and tiny lobster rolls in anyway, when in Rome. As important as the local food, though, was a chance to hang out with some New Brunswick housing people. I'm grateful to blog reader Dustin Leclerc, managing director at St. John's-based Housing Alternatives, for introducing me around. Number 9, Premier Holt. The Saturday of the conference always opens with local politicians welcoming co-opers to their corner of the country. I don't, however, recall ever having a provincial premier attend the meeting. This time we got New Brunswick Premier Susan Holt, the first woman to hold the office. She showed up in jeans, I respect that, and spoke in a straightforward way about housing and the efforts her government is making to improve things. And finally, number 10, Democracy in Action. Finally came the annual general meeting. This is where delegates from co-ops across the country vote on sector matters. Big decisions have been made over the last 5 decades, authorizing staff to negotiate new funding programs to build more co-ops, for example, or, as happened this year, using money set aside decades ago for a rainy day to help with the costly pre-development stage that often poses a barrier to new construction. The delegates also elected some new directors, including my colleague from the Central Ontario Cooperative Housing Federation, Alana Hart. Regular readers will remember her from last season's Lane Change series. Miss that profile? You can find it on my website. I do so enjoy a well-executed democratic process, and this meeting is that. People know and follow the meeting rules civilly and with deference to the chair. Democracy in action. So that's my 10. I look forward to next year's conference, the 3rd I'll have attended in Hamilton, Ontario. Until then, I will bask in the memories of Fredericton. Thanks for watching.